Part of the reason why I do these videos is because there's many great games that once released are never given a second chance by their audience, even though many of the game's flaws are fixed or alleviated in some way. But Titanfall 2 isn't exactly a shining example of this model, not because its problems haven't been improved, but simply because it really didn't have any problems. However, with what is arguably its biggest content update yet and the lack of a review from me, I decided to just give it a shot. Well, I mean, a second shot. I purchased the game on launch day and amassed a whopping 3 hours on it before putting it down and never returning to it. I guess I left it for dead. I had a lot of fun with the original Titanfall, but with Titanfall 2 releasing so close to Infinite Warfare and Battlefield 1 and the original being famous for its dwindling population, I just wasn't confident in the survival of the game, and I didn't want to invest too much time into it just to have it die on me. But you know what? Part of growing up is accepting that you made a mistake, and I am fully willing to admit that I did miss out on a lot of Titanfall. That is a lot of Titanfall I could have been playing had I not been a wuss over it. Those of you not familiar with the Titanfall franchise, it's a first-person shooter that broke new ground with its impressive movement system, which can only be described as Mirror's Edge meets Quick Clear Arena with a healthy and carefully managed dose of amphetamines. And, though you may not be familiar with Titanfall, you may be familiar with its clunkier, slower, more generic competitor, Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Although I suppose that's not fair, its direct competitor was Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, but Titanfall is the reason the Call of Duty franchise tried and failed to go to the future. But that's enough shade thrown for one day. How's the game? This may seem a little overboard, but it is hands down the funnest first-person shooter experience I've ever had, and I love first-person shooters a lot. A lot has changed from the first game, mostly for the better. There's more gun variety, and the game is no longer defined by a one-weapon meta, and instead of customizing your Titan by picking and choosing what aspects of a Titan you want, Titans are treated more like classes. I believe that this design choice allows for more unique combinations, and they have less risk of being overpowered because a balanced team doesn't have to check every possible combination. So Titans are definitely more unique. Furthermore, pilots now have tacticals. Tacticals are an ability that gives some kind of advantage to the pilot, so grappling hooks, semi-invisibility, speed boost, particle walls, that kind of thing. And much like Titans, you unlock tacticals as you play the game. But you do start with some already from level 1. Weapons work in much the same way. As you play, you unlock weapons, and as you use a weapon to unlock customization options, maybe you take running and gunning way too literally, or maybe that SMG needs a bigger magazine, or maybe you really like getting your tactical quickly and 1 kills to reset the cooldown on it. And as a last piece of gameplay customization, Boost. Boosts are replacing burn cards from the original Titanfall. Burn cards were a weird system, and I can't even explain them because I totally forgot how it works. Boosts are more like score streaks from the new Call of Duty games, except you only get one and the streak doesn't reset on death. Once your Titan meter gets to a percentage specified by the boost itself, you receive it, and you can choose whether or not to activate it. And you have explosive spider drones, sentries, tracer style rewinds, and the smart pistol. Aside from that, you also get camo customization for both your pilot plus his weapon and the Titan plus its weapon. The game's netcode is pretty damn good, and even though the population isn't exactly amazing, I never have trouble finding a match, though keep in mind I am in the southern United States. Your mileage may vary. I would recommend watching more gameplay footage to get a feel for the game and what it plays like. You don't have to take me at face value, but if this at all interests you, then you should definitely get it, considering how cheap and well polished this game is. That's pretty much all I have to say on the subject. Now, if you'll excuse me, it's happy hour.